There are no ponds or bunk beds in Paralives, so I had to make them myself. Hello guys, it's Panda Builds here and welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new here, so nice to have you. So as you heard from the intro I did, we are doing a couple of interesting things here. Today I made a couple of different custom things, as I said, one pond and bunk beds, and I'm gonna show you that in a couple of minutes. We just have to build the shell first. As you can see, that is basically almost done. Now I'm doing the playing around with the terrain tools. I increased the wall size for the first floor basically by a lot, like maybe 5 or 4 tiles, or not tiles but dots basically on the wall, the height. And I raised the terrain tool. I wanted to make it like a house on a bit of a hill that has a nice walkway to it. And yeah, now we are doing a floor plan. The house is gonna have 2 bedrooms and 2 bathrooms, so it's technically gonna be able to sleep 4 sims, but I think the realistic number for gameplay is gonna be actually 3. As I said, I made bunk beds in this house, but unfortunately they are not functional, but they are really cool looking, so you're gonna see that soon. But yeah, on the first floor we are gonna have a big kitchen, a living area and dining area with an entrance and 1 bathroom. And on the second floor we are gonna have 2 bedrooms and 1 bathroom and a bit of a hallway. So if you noticed, maybe so far I have done something not weird with the wall height, but I basically decreased the wall height of the second floor and I made it to be the height of basically a bit taller than doors, so that paras can walk through it. But yeah, we're gonna talk about that more when we get to the inside. So you can see that I have a glass roof here, and that is actually basically a debug item from Paralives, and it's accessible only through some mod. I'm gonna link it in my description. I'm not sure how it's called right now. I downloaded it the second I heard about it, and I saw this roof and I immediately had an idea what I can build. So yeah, in that section we are gonna have dining room basically. So yeah, and as I said, the second floor is a bit shorter in height from the first one, so I had to play around with couple of different windows so I can fit everything nicely. And yeah, I like how it turned out. Now I placed this chimney basically, and I wanted to build a wall around it to make it match with the brick around the house. So that is what I'm gonna be doing now. Using transform tools, I just changed the size of the chimney. Basically there are 2 chimneys technically here, so I resized them a bit because I hate how this the top of the wall has a white line. It's really annoying, so I wanted to cover that up. And yeah, we are now moving back to the front of the build, where we are gonna do a bit of landscaping, and that is also one of my favorite parts of this build. I really like how the landscaping of this build turned out. And basically I used a lot of greenery, different bushes, ivy and white hydrangeas and red rose bushes, and a couple of red rose flowers that are singular pieces, and I really liked how this turned out. And also I found this well in debug, and yeah, I really think that the well especially gave the house old-timey feel, and that is what I wanted. Basically the inspiration I was looking at was some house. The picture was basically from the side of the house. I could not see the full house, but yeah, it had a lot of red brick and white facade on the top of the second floor basically, and I wanted to incorporate that. And as you can see, I translated that to landscaping. We have a couple of blue bushes right now, but yeah, I changed them for white. And yeah, I think it was a really cutesy combination to have it only green, red and white flowers. And yeah, it's giving Christmas, but also not in the same time. It looks really manicured and organized in my opinion. So yeah, that is also nice sometimes. Not everything needs to be all over the place. But yeah, that was my first idea, basically, to have a lot of different colors and flowers in landscaping, like many like basically garden beds with all of the different landscaping as I made right now. But yeah, in the end I decided to keep it in a couple of colors to match everything together, and I'm really happy with how it turned out. But of course, let me know what you think in the comments. And yeah, I'm not gonna show you the backyard landscaping because it would be too much of repetition in one video, because basically I reused the same flowers and same rocks, landscaping, bushes, basically everything in the back side of the yard. But yeah, I think it turned out really nice here, and I'm gonna finish up this section that I'm doing right now, and I'm gonna do a bit of landscaping on the left side of the build, around the chimney and so on, and we are gonna move to the backyard so you can see a couple of, or the first thing actually, the first custom thing that I made, and that is gonna be a pond, but I'm gonna talk about it in like 2 seconds. Give me 2 seconds to finish this part of landscaping. As you can see, I used these rose bushes, or basically it's technically an ivy, but it's a bush as well. But yeah, that is what I used, and just wanted to incorporate a bit of landscaping on the side. And yeah, we're now back. Okay, I lied, it was not the first thing I did here. I basically, first thing that I did here was to make this like terrace. And yeah, I did not record the landscaping as you can see, but I'm gonna record it around the pond. So basically what I did is I used the terrain tools to lower the ground to make like a hole basically, and using the same model as I mentioned before, I was able to find the puddle VFX basically, and yeah, I used that. I resized it with transform tool, placed it where I needed it and wanted it, and then I just did a lot of landscaping around it, and you can see that I'm basically reusing everything that I have around the lot, like all the same flowers and bushes and stones. And yeah, I really wanted to place some ducks in here, but unfortunately there is only one duck item, but it was more like a toy and it was not looking very nice. So currently in this pond we don't have any animals, but hopefully soon. So yeah, tell me what do you think about my pond, please tell me. I really like it. And yeah, now I'm decorating this, basically a terrace space that they have, or a balcony or a porch, however you want to call it. I like the tiles or stone masonry, I'm not sure how they classified it in the game, but I really like how it fits in with this porch. But yeah, they are gonna have like a 4-seater dining table for like the basic garden set, a grill, a telescope, hopefully they can see some meteors or something, I don't know, and a couple of plants. I did not want to overdo it here, and I'm just gonna fix up the terrain a bit so I can give them 2 lounge chairs with a parasol, and they can enjoy chilling here in the backyard. I imagine that people who own the house are very rich and influential, so yeah, they have a lot of money for a lot of different things, and a lot of expensive wine and champagne and so on. We're gonna see that now. And yeah, if you noticed that I had 1 para at some point and now I have 4. That is basically my playtester sim para, sorry. One of my playtester paras, and for some reason I decided to play a bit of gameplay with him. So he met this lovely lady, I forgot her name, and yeah, they managed to have twins. On the first try, first time I managed to get a para pregnant, I got twins. So Yeah, that was really fun, and the thing that was not fun for me is that the babies got stinky really fast, and for some reason I had no interaction to change the diapers or basically bathe them or anything. So if you can tell me how to do it, please let me know down in the comments. And yeah, I'm already inside. We are doing the kitchen now, and as you can see, I placed basically all the counters. And what I'm doing now, I use the picture frame that is like not a frame but like a poster, and I uploaded myself a picture of like tiles that I liked, and then I resized them to the size that I wanted to make like the orientation of them proper, and then I use that as a backsplash here in the kitchen. Honestly, I'm not really happy with the tiles that we have in the game, so when I realized that we can do that, I think I saw it on some clip on TikTok, but I'm not sure who had this idea originally. If you know in the comments, let me know so I can mention them and credit them. So thanks to that person that I found this trick, and I really like doing this. As I said, I hated the tiles that we have in the game so far. I mean, I'm not hating them, they are fine, but they are also a little bit but yeah. And yeah, I'm now cluttering up the kitchen. This is the biggest kitchen I have ever done in Paralives or The Sims ever. I never make like anything this big, so I wanted to challenge myself. And I really like how the clutter turned out, and basically the whole kitchen. I'm gonna finalize the cluttering, and on the other side basically I had a lot of empty space in the kitchen, so I added another table with two chairs, so like a tiny breakfast nook for maybe parents while they are drinking their coffee before they wake up their kids or something like that. So yeah, a bit of plantage and a little bit of clutter on the table, and that's gonna be it. We are gonna move to the living room. I did not record the bathrooms, but basically this door that you can see right now is the door to the first bathroom, and the second one is upstairs. And yeah, we are in the living room now, and as you can see, I have this kitchen cabinet and I wanted to use it. I really liked this style, and I imagined it for like a cabinet here in the basically living room or something like that, but I did not want it to be a floating cabinet, so I used a different basically table to have for it to have legs. So that is what I did now and what you could see. And we are gonna do a bit of cluttering up here, and the TV area is not gonna be like especially cluttered. I have a picture, couple of plants, and like some tiny decor, but on the other side of the fireplace I'm gonna make something that I found really interesting, and it was not hard to make, it was easy basically, but yeah, I really liked how it turned out, and it gave the build a bit of personality. This is a trick that I saw from Devon Bumpkin. If you're not watching his builds, what are you waiting? He's basically my favorite creator on YouTube of all times. I have been watching him since pandemic basically, so 6 years now. But yeah, he did his Paralives build, and he did this basically with a fireplace with a wall extension into the room, and that was really nice and creative, so I wanted to try it out in this build, and I really liked how it turned out. And yeah, we have 3 fireplaces in this house, but this is the only one where I managed to do this. In the other spaces I did not have enough space to do that. But yeah, I really like how this turned out, and yeah, his build, I'm not remembering exactly which build he did this in, but yeah, that is what inspired me to do it myself, and I honestly think this turned out really nice. It gives the room a little bit more dimension. It's not like a basic rectangle. But yeah, when I finish with these images that I'm picking right now, I'm gonna use a bookshelf and I think a dresser to make like basically a custom bookshelf. I imagine these people, as I said, they are influential and rich, but I imagine they are like more of like academics, maybe lawyers or something like that. So they have a couple of like basically floor to ceiling bookshelves with a lot of books and a bit of decor in them, and yeah, I really liked how it gave the feel to this room, to make it like fancy but in an old-timey way. And yeah, hopefully my home will look like that someday. So yeah, I like that a lot. So yeah, I'm gonna put a bit of clutter here, and we're gonna continue decorating the living room, but the other part of it. So yeah, I don't know what to tell you now about this section. So tell me, how are you? How was your weekend? Or basically the weekend is upcoming. Today is gonna be Friday for me when I post this. So do you have any fun plans for the weekend? I have a birthday party to attend, so hopefully, yeah, see you there. Or maybe not, I don't know who is watching. But yeah, and yeah, now we move to the second side of the living room. Here, basically across the TV, I placed a couch. I really like this green color. The house is giving Christmas. I don't know what to tell you, but I really liked how it turned out. When you say green and red, it is Christmas, but it's not really giving Christmas, but it is giving Christmas, if you understand me. Because honestly, I'm not sure what I mean at this point, but yeah, I use those pillows. I like the both type of the pillows. They are so pretty, so cute. I love them. And this basically tiny stool that seems to me like it's like I forgot the word, never mind. The tiny stool, also love it. But yeah, I'm gonna make a little bit of gallery wall with some different decoration. This deer head, I have not used that so far. It's a bit creepy, but also something that this family would have. That is what I would imagine. And this clock is also really interesting to me, so I wanted to use it. And across the bookshelf and the fireplace, we have this table, or basically a desk with 2 additional bookshelves. So yeah, they read a lot. And the interesting thing is that I realized when I was taking screenshots that I have 3 desks in this house and 3 dining tables, but no PC. No PC, no laptop, no anything. So yeah, their hobbies are reading, playing piano or maybe guitar. I don't remember if I gave them a guitar, and telescopes and painting. So yeah, that is a fun way to live, honestly. It would be nice to be able to live without our phones for a bit at least. But yeah, now I'm moving back to the entrance. Basically, I did this house in a bit of a weird order, but yeah, I'm moving to the entrance, and you can see I put a bit of 2-seater sofa for them to like put on their shoes and so on. And now I'm making a closet basically, or like what I imagine to be a place where they place their jackets and stuff like that. You could see that I played around with that a bit, and this is also a fun thing that I made. I basically made hanging hooks for the clothes. Maybe there is no item for that in Paralives as well, so I use those hooks that can be used for laundry and for some flags, and this pole from basically facade decorations, and I made this like hanging hooks for their clothes, and I really like that. And we're gonna have a piano here with a chair next to it, and I'm gonna change the chair color to be white basically, because this red and this pattern and this red is Christmas, and you cannot change my mind. And I realized that everything is green and red in this house, and I saw Christmas, and it's too early for that. So yeah, I changed it to white, as you can see. And in this section we have the dining room, and we're gonna have this basically display case. I'm gonna add a lot of books to it, and I'm gonna add some plants and a lot of wine. Yeah, as I said, I imagine these people are like proper grown-ups with maybe they host like some sort of like fancy parties in this house, and they host their guests in this room. They read books or maybe drink wine, and they light up the fireplace and play the music on the gramophone. And yeah, I would attend that party. Sounds fun. But yeah, they also have a radio. I'm not sure if that is just decorative or it really works, but I have to test it out. But yeah, and yeah, I'm gonna finalize this corner soon, and we're gonna move upstairs so you can see two more of my custom things that I built for this house and that I really like. But basically, right now I'm playing around with wine bottles. You can see that I resize them, like to make them different sizes. You know how, but they're basically different sizes of wine bottles. So I wanted to replicate that not in real life, in Paralives. So I don't know if you guys drink or not, but tell me if you have a favorite type of drink. What do you like? Do you like wines? Do you like something else? But yeah, for me it depends on my mood. But yeah, I like wines. There are a couple of things that I don't like to drink, but yeah, anyway, I don't drink very much anyway. But yeah, there is a lot of wine clutter in Paralives, so I want to use it. So we are finally upstairs. Here is second custom thing that I'm building. So basically I wanted to make a linen closet. The door you can see on the left is a bathroom basically, so I wanted to have a linen closet in front of it. So I used this piece from the kitchen, like upper cabinets that are just basically open shelves, and then I placed a half wall next to it so I can scale them up to the proper size, and then I enclosed the room basically, and I'm gonna place a window so it's gonna look like it's basically a glass opening to this cabinet. And yeah, I really like how that turned out. I just wish that I was able to put it on like some legs so it's not like built into the ground and wall. But yeah, maybe in future we get an item like that. But yeah, I'm happy how this turned out with the limited resources we have so far. And yeah, in this corner I'm gonna place the easel and like some random clutter and this plant on this stool. I imagined like maybe the person who is painting is practicing to paint like realistic painting of this plant, so that is why the plant is there. It's like a reference for them. So yeah, we have a bit of clutter here, and yeah, we are gonna move to the kids' bedroom really soon, and you can see a bit of the bathroom here. So finally, my favorite thing that I did in this build is finally here, and I made bunk beds. I use this type of bed. I'm not sure if it has a name. I played around with the sheets, basically the colors and everything, and I used the columns to create like support beams basically between the two beds. And I then played around with it a lot, resizing into different segments to create like a headboard and protection for the kid to not fall down. But unfortunately it's not functional. That is really a shame. And yeah, I tried to get my para to climb into the bed and sleep, but yeah, it was not happening, and I'm really sorry about that. But honestly, it looks cool. So at this point I'm gonna count it as a win. So maybe in future we get bunk beds. Oh, that is really hard to say. But I hope in the future we will get bunk beds for Paralives. That would be really nice, or basically the ability to create them ourselves. And yeah, as I said, I imagine this room to be for 2 kids, since I have 2 beds. So I went all out with decoration, in my opinion. Basically in my style, this is all out. So there is a lot of kid stuff, a lot of toys in the corner, and here like they have the skates maybe and a skateboard basically, so maybe they are sportish. I don't know, they are kids, they should like all the kind of stuff and enjoy everything. And yeah, I'm gonna place like some coloring books and puzzle here, a lot of clutter, like maybe some books. And yeah, you can see I tried to place a guitar, but it did not fit here, so I gave up on that. And in the other corner behind those desks basically I'm gonna place the wardrobes, because I assume this blue one that I put in the foot of the bed is not usable. There is not a lot of space for them to reach it. But yeah, 2 kids, this one wardrobe is not enough, so yeah, I'm gonna place 2 in this corner because it was an empty space, yeah, and I needed wardrobes. And yeah, I'm gonna place like overlap 2 rugs, and I found the one that is basically like the road rugs that we had when we were kids, like with road and different like buildings on it and cars, and yeah, that was a great toy when you had like toy cars and you can drive them around those carpets. Yeah, that was really fun when we were little. But yeah, we are almost in the end of the build. I'm gonna do the parents' bedroom basically, and it's not gonna be anything special. I mean, it's gonna be nice, but there is nothing custom here or specifically interesting. But yeah, it's gonna be a bed with nightstands, a bit of gallery wall, and I'm gonna have again 1 bookshelf here, a lot of plants, and a dresser for them. So yeah, that's it. I'm gonna leave you now. Please let me know down in the comments what do you think, if you like the build, and if you can have any suggestions for me what you want to see next. And yeah, please make sure to like, subscribe, and I'll see you soon. Bye!